Welcome back, everyone. So it's Thursday, and that means we are back in Lynn Matava's kitchen. Lynn is a nutrition educator with the University of Maryland Extension.
And if you are looking for a way to instantly sweeten your breakfast naturally, then Lynn has the perfect recipe for you. Let's check it out.
All those fruits and vegetables you froze last summer, now is the perfect time to enjoy them. And if you did not freeze any, don't worry, there are tons of varieties available in your local grocery store freezer. So what I have today is some fresh cherries. Now, fresh fruit, it's not that they go bad right away or that they're going to be terrible for you. They just aren't going to be exceptionally good to eat. They just continue to decline and go bad. Now, something to look for, if you open a package of frozen fruit and it's got tons of freezer burn around it, that's a sign that it has been defrosted and it is and refrozen, and so that's not something that you typically want to eat. But if it's something that you froze and you squeezed all the air out of the bag or whatever package you put it in, and it's been in the freezer for a few months, it's probably fine, and it's going to brighten up whatever you're eating this time of year. What I have is a bowl of steel-cut oats that I cooked ahead of time. They're still nice and warm, and we're going to add the fresh cherries to them. Pretty easy, right? And the cool thing about this is that when you're eating the sugar in fruits versus the sugar that comes from processed sugars, refined sugars, and all sorts of sweets and snacks, our bodies digest them very differently. There's all sorts of soluble fibers and insoluble fibers in here that's going to help the way we absorb the sugars, and these are full of all sorts of antioxidants and vitamins and minerals and nutrients that are going to help with inflammation, where processed and refined sugars tend to give us inflammation. So what I'm going to do with this frozen fruit, these frozen cherries, is just use them to sweeten my oatmeal so I can sweeten them naturally without adding any extra sugars. And I'm going to add two different styles of these frozen cherries in one. I've just stuck these in the microwave for about 45 seconds until they've defrosted. And I'm going to pull some of those cherries out of this juice. And all I want to do is kind of mash or macerate them. And I'm backing up a little. I'm using a fork. You don't always need fancy kitchen tools. Sometimes the simplest thing you have right in your drawer is the easiest, especially if it's something that is going to encourage us to eat healthier and not spend so much time fussing about things that are going to inhibit healthy behaviors and lifestyle change. So, all right. So I've just mashed up some of those cherries, and then I'm going to let them rejoin their juices there. Actually, I'm not, because I don't want to make a terrible mess all over the counter. But I'll just pour them directly into my steel-cut oats and get that extra juice too. Now, another thing that I'm going to do here, while I still have some of the juice, I probably should have done this ahead of time. I'll do it in the little juice I have left here and dump it into there. I'm putting a couple drops of almond extract. Almond extract is a great flavor that pairs with cherries if you happen to have any in your cupboard. And it's also kind of naturally sweet. Just a little bit sweet. It'll add to the sensation that you've got some sweetener in here. And then that's it. That's the whole thing. I told you I'd add them two ways. So I'll plop a couple cherries on top just so that it looks pretty. This would be great with a dollop of yogurt on top of it, but I've just made breakfast with two ingredients, and it's going to be sweet, it's going to be hearty, it's going to be nice and warm, and it's full of nutrients, and we're not getting added sugar. So you could do this with all kinds of frozen fruit that you have stored in your freezer. I encourage you to try it, and if you do, let us know what you think.
Now, as a reminder, we do have all nutrition educator Lynn Matava's tips and tricks on our website. Just head on over to WMDT.com and click on the Good Morning Delmarva page.
And to share your version of this delicious recipe, you can use the hashtag UMDYum.